Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be playing some more iRacing. We're racing once again in the Skip Barber series. It was a ton of fun. This race had a pretty good result, and this thing's awesome, and you're going to see more content from it, whether you like it or not. So put on your seatbelts and enjoy. This was a good one. So, at Alton Park this week, a track I'm quite familiar with, but in these cars I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, so a bit of an interesting learning experience. Didn't really get much practice in, which was unfortunate, but anyway, just trying to learn the track. This corner here is especially difficult, easy to lose it, and almost did there, pretty much did that every lap. Into first round here, you can get a really nice line through there and you'll be really fast all through this back section. Flat out through there, and this section, it's always tough. If you get a bad exit, you sometimes have to shift down there. That's not very good, getting a bit onto the grass there. And then braking as late as you dare into here. Bit of oversteer, but all in all, pretty decent. And yeah, this straight is nothing special really. It's just straight, a bit bumpy, but then this corner is pretty easy to spin on the exit if you get it wrong, but I didn't, luckily. So yeah, that was a lap of Alton Park, and that's what we're dealing with. That's the race for today. Okay, so managed to put it in P3 in qualifying. Did pretty well considering my track knowledge, and away we go. The green flag is out. I got a pretty okay start. It wasn't that great off the line, but got some good acceleration. Managed to get up to the guy in P2, make him move round the outside there. Bit scared. I didn't want to die on lap one. Always the worst thing to happen, especially in iRacing, because of the way the races are scheduled. But pretty clean move overall, and now sort of just had to turn my attention chasing down the guy in P1. However, P3 was keeping up with me pretty well, and the guy in first, he's pretty quick. He was decently consistent, and I think that's probably what helped him over the course of the race. So just be quick and stay quick, which is sort of always what you're aiming for, really, isn't it? So get a bit loose through there. Decent line through the middle and the exit of the corner there, and now we've pretty much just left the other two in the dust, or that's what it looks like. So I'm able to turn my attention to this guy up in front, and he's quick. I've realized that he is very quick at this point, and so I'm just trying to not make any mistakes, not crash, and that should be pretty much fine, right? And because I'd be absolutely over the moon with the podium. This is my second race in the skippies, and my first race I won. So to keep it with just podium results would be awesome, and that's kind of what I was going for this race. Almost losing it into, I think it's called Cascades, that corner. Managed to catch it, but a bit of a moment there. We've lost quite a lot of time. You can now see that P3 is right in our mirrors as we cut forwards to here. You can see he's really close to us. And yeah, there's... Had a bit of a moment there on the exit. Again, not great, but not terrible. And P3 now right behind me a little bit later on with 17 laps to go. And this was a decent little battle we had going on here. So guy behind, I think he started in P4. He was able to overtake who was in P3, started in P2. And he was really close. And really, neither of us wanted to yield here, but I just stuck it out a bit longer than him, and I was able to get past. But then he kept up, and he sort of stayed on my tail. He's really close here, and he was clearly going to try and go for the same thing again. So I stay a bit to the right of the track to block him from making a move. Not to block him on the track, of course, just to stop him from making a move. And now we're neck and neck. See the replay here of how fast he was through there, allowing him to get neck and neck, almost past me, possibly even past me for a second there. Yeah, he is here, but then down into Cascades, I I decide I'm not going to yield. This is my position, and I take it, and he can't get round. But we're absolutely flying around the track at this point, so that's quite fun. But yeah, we're just having a good little race here, and you can see there's actually a backmarker up ahead, that blue car. So got to start to think about how I'm going to overtake him now, because that's probably the scariest thing in these cars. They're quite unstable in the wrong hands, or just in unexperienced hands. I mean, you can see I have not much experience in them at all, and I have trouble just, you know, with the oversteer. So with someone who's in a backmarker this early in a race, normally it's because they've had some kind of crash. So it's always, you're a bit wary of them possibly being a bit unsafe to be around. So it's a bit scary to get up behind them, but I didn't think that was going to be much of a problem, because I had to worry about the guy behind me again going for a move, or thinking about a move at least, and he's once again really close. And just same again, this is my spot, mate, not yours. I'm taking that. And then he seemed quite fast into there, but then he slowed down a lot. It just gets a tiny bit wide, and then yeah, clips the grass, as you can see here, and he just loses the rear end, or not even the grass, it's the curb. Just loses the rear, and he is able to keep racing, which is good. But that ended up being a pretty big gap of, can't remember exactly, I'm sure we'll see in a sec. But yeah, that you never really like to see that. It kind of sucks. You want to have a good race. You never really like to see people crash out, even if they're behind you and were threatening to take your position. You know, it doesn't really matter that much. I'd happily come last if it was a great battle, right? So getting a bit loose there. Didn't want to lose it. Probably a bit absent-minded. But yeah, that was kind of annoying. But hey ho. And as you can see there, 8.3 seconds now was the gap. Okay, and here, more backmarker trouble, or, well, just some backmarker trouble. There wasn't really any before. And this car here, it's not really his fault. It's not really my fault. I don't think he's seen me yet, and he just goes a bit wide here. I don't expect him to, and then, yeah, we have a collision. Let's look at this in slow-mo. So he gets a pretty good exit, so I'm assuming he's going to keep speed. Then he slows down. And I was expecting him to move to the right here, but he doesn't. Maybe he had some understeer, it looks like he might. I also get a lot of understeer, as you can see from the wheel, and there's nothing I can do. I just sort of drift into his rear right. And I think he was able to keep competing. In fact, he was, because I saw him coming out of the pit lane later on in the race. But yeah, that was unfortunate. I don't think it's the fault of anyone, just sort of both got some understeer, and then I didn't do what he expected me to do, and he didn't do what I expected him to do. So, unfortunate. Here it is from the replay. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Gotta keep racing. Okay, so now another backmarker. We've got 2 laps to go. I'm just trying to get to the end. The gap, sorry, is pretty big now. A bit too big to really be thinking about making a move. So just gotta, well, not making a move. That, by the way, is the person who started in second, who we've just lapped. But yeah, a bit too late now to be able to sort of chase him down and feasibly have a chance of winning. He was just too consistent. I had some good laps. I got close to him at one point, but then, yeah, it was just a very tricky race, all in all, to keep up with, and he was rapid. So, 5 seconds there, the gap at the end, and we come home in P2, which, not a bad result, all things considered. I was pretty happy with that, and a good way to finish the second race for me in the skippies. I'm having a lot of fun with this series, and if you guys are as well, I'll keep making more videos on them, because it's a lot of fun. Might have some videos coming out on Assetto Corsa, or maybe in the Ferrari GT challenge. So yeah, if you wanna see that, subscribe, hit the like button. The last video did amazingly. If this video can do even half as good as that, it would be incredible. So like, subscribe, watch my other ones. Great. Okay, bye.